Hello there. Today, I'll show you how I created and sculpted this old medieval well in ZBrush. First, I started sculpting the bricks from a basic shape. I used Trim Dynamic, Mask Lasso, and Clay Build Up, together with a brush from the free Orb brush pack. Then, I started building up the main stone brick shape of the well, reusing the initial brick several times as a base. I added some variation to the bricks to make them look less uniform. I added some stone textures to the base shape of the well. Now that the main stone structure is finished, I started blocking out the basic shapes of the wooden beams and supports, starting from a primitive cube. Since this model will be 3D printed and painted, I wasn't aiming for perfectly accurate spacing between the beams. I focused more on making the overall design look aesthetically pleasing. Now I'm shaping the basic form of the well's roof. Now, I started sculpting the fantasy-style wood texture. I used the Clay Build-Up brush to add some volume, along with Orb Flatten Edge and a Damien-style brush. I used the same technique to sculpt the other wooden roof support structure. I created one wooden shingle and then duplicated it several times, adding some variation to each one to make the roof look more natural. The well is starting to come together and really take shape. Now, I'm sculpting the wooden spool and the crank wheel for the well. I'm adding some details to get that old medieval metallic texture. Want to see the next episode, where I prepare the model for 3D printing and painting? Don't forget to subscribe. Using the Boolean tool, I sectioned the model into separate parts and prepared them for printing in Bamboo Studio. See you in the next episode.